What's up, Internet? Todd Patrick Dorsey coming at you today to talk to you about how to choose how to incorporate. Exciting, I know. All right, so this is something that comes up a good bit, which is, should I go for an LLC? Should I stay as a sole proprietorship? Should I get incorporated? First of all, let me just make a quick, legal disclaimer. I am by no means a lawyer, so, I don't have my Juris Doctorate, so it's not like I can give you hefty legal advice. I will share with you my thoughts and my perspective on it. Here's the caveat. We're not dealing with huge numbers in the first 6, 12, 18 months, right? So, when you get to a point that you're doing 500K or 300K, yeah, this is probably something you want to revisit. You probably want to talk to a CPA. You probably want to talk to an attorney and make sure that you think, you've got things buttoned up. But for the first 75, 100 grand, 150 grand, here's my quick and easy thought process on this. So, LLC versus Inc. First of all, you don't want to just do a sole proprietorship where people just write a check to you personally, because it's not going to make you look very credible and they're not going to take you very seriously. As far as LLC versus Inc., the way that things are set up nowadays, they're pretty similar. So with an Inc., you can do an S Corp that'll just do pass-through savings. So really the difference is just the name. So for me personally, I chose Inc., and I chose Inc. because it just felt more legitimate. Most of the big companies that we see, we associate them with Inc. and not LLC. So, I wanted to kind of leverage that credibility there. So when I went through my Secretary of State to get incorporated, I did an Inc. and I didn't do an LLC, and it was just because, the name of my company is Outside the Box Recruiting Inc. It sounded better than Outside the Box Recruiting LLC. Like, one of these sounds more legitimate than the other. The other benefit of an Inc., which is an S Corp, is once you make enough money, you can start paying yourself a wage. So you can put yourself on a salary and then have the earnings pass through the company. But you will be able to lower your tax liability a ton by eventually payrolling yourself and putting yourself on a salary. And the main reason is you're avoiding self-employment tax. So self-employment taxes on top of all the other taxes you got to pay is, I think, currently 15.2%. And you pay that on the first $118,000 roughly that you make per year. And, if you pay yourself a salary of 50, or 30,000, the other, whatever's left between that 118 and that 30,000, you won't get that 15% tax on. So you can save yourself $7, $8, $9, $10,000 in taxes pretty easily by W-2ing yourself. But again, none of this is that important until you have money coming in. And at the end of the day, for me personally, I chose to do an Inc. because it sounded more credible. I elected to make it an S Corp. There's a form you fill out. I forget the exact name of the form. I'll include a link. And that is the best way to launch. Now, I haven't hit over, 300 or 350K in revenue. When I do get higher up there, this is probably something I'll revisit and get buttoned up and make sure that, I'm not making myself, liable or exposing myself to loss in some way, because of my decision. But for the first, 6, 12, 18 months, I recommend just doing an incorporation and then electing it as an S Corp to make you look as credible as possible and have as many tax advantages as you can in the short term and in the long term. So hope that helps. Todd out. Hey, great video, Todd. Real quick, before I forget, because I always forget to do this, I run a Facebook group that provides support around growing and launching your recruiting company. I'm putting a link to the Facebook group down below the video. I'm in there in the Facebook group weekly providing support around growing and launching your recruiting business. So if you have interest in doing that, please click on the link below, join the group. I'm in there providing support. Also, if the video helped you at all, please hit like or subscribe. It will make me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and it really actually is a huge help for me to help more people launch and grow and make a bunch of money, living a great life, doing recruiting and enjoying and having control over their time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy my other super cheesy videos.